Good evening, and welcome to the DMF 2025 Annual Spring Benefit, Music with Impact. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carla Sullivan. Hi. I am the Director of Strategic Partnerships and Special Events, like this one, and I will be your MC for the evening. So let's get started. We are excited to see so many people here tonight. It is unbelievable. It's truly a beautiful combination of longtime friends of the foundation and new faces that we've just been introduced to. So thank you for joining us. Please be sure to mix and mingle and get to know each other. There's so many incredible people who are part of the DMF community, so make sure you talk to each other. Tonight is our largest fundraiser of the year. Over the next hour, we will illustrate a variety of reasons that you should support us. You will witness 4 powerful performances representing the many facets of Daniel's Music Foundation. You will celebrate the impact of this year's honoree. You will learn how, as an organization, we are providing access to music for all, both here in New York City and across the country. But most importantly, you will understand that through your generosity, we are helping change even more lives through music together. So thank you. At DMF, we like to let the music do the talking. So let's get going. Please join me in welcoming members of our in-person music classes as they kick things off, strut their stuff, and get us all moving with a hip-hop medley choreographed by our Director of Teaching and Learning, Juliana Beekmans. Thank you.
My recital, I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time. It's tricky. Bust it.
Now watch me whip, kill it. Now watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay nay. Why me do it? Now watch me whip, kill it. Watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip. Watch me nay nay. Can you do it? Now watch me. Ooh, watch me. Ooh, watch me. Ooh, watch me. Ooh, okay. Okay. Ooh, watch me. Ooh, watch me. Can you do it? Watch me. Can you do it? Okay.
And let's get it. Let it rain. And clear it out. And let it rain. And clear it out. Chicken noodle soup. With a soda on the side. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. With a soda on the side.
get you, know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, the whole New York City. I said I love you to death, and you don't stop, and you don't quit. You got to keep on until the do it like this. You don't stop, and you don't quit. You got to keep on and on and on. Yeah, alright. Come on.
Now that we found love, what are we gonna do with it?
I told you we were going to have fun. Next, I'd like you to please join me in welcoming the DMF co-founders, Daniel and Ken Trush.
Welcome, everyone. I can't believe how many people are here today, both in person and online.
Daniel, how are you feeling with such a large audience here? Do you have some butterflies? I know I do.
Not really. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't worry. Ooh. Be happy. Ooh. Don't worry, be happy now.
Danny.
Thank you all.
I feel better already.
Wow, that's awesome.
And also thanks for being so open on how you feel most comfortable communicating with everyone. As many of you know, Daniel had a brain aneurysm when he was 12 years old. And he had some short-term memory issues, right, even today?
Yes, but not with music. I could listen to a song once or twice and then somehow remember all of the words. So somehow it's getting in here even with my short-term memory issues.
Also, Daniel's not as comfortable reading as he is singing, unlike myself, the other way. But the point that I'm trying to make is that we try to get the best out of everyone. We try to see where their talents lie, where their interest lies, and really try to get and have them express themselves in a comfortable environment. And Daniel's done that really brilliantly over the last 20 years after he declared to our family that he wanted to have a career in music. On the other side, we believe in accessibility, because with accessibility, you get the best out of everyone. And we started that even back in 2006. Right?
Yeah.
What did we just say? We said that the classes would be...
Yeah, we said that the classes would be free of charge to all of our musicians because...
Music was a right?
Yeah, because we felt that music was a right rather than a privilege, and it should be open to everybody, no matter what their financial position is.
And we're proud to say we've been doing that for 19 years. I think the number is over 15 or 16,000 free classes since we started.
Yeah.
Also, when we built the center in 2013, we wanted to make sure it wasn't just wheelchair accessible.
But it was barrier free, because wheelchair accessible means a wheelchair could fit in the front door, but it also means that a wheelchair can't necessarily fit in the bathroom. So that's no good.
Exactly, especially the bathroom part, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then our music programs. What do we mean about accessibility with the music programs? Our musicians can take classes in person at the music center. They can take it online, and then they can take it on demand. So wherever they're most comfortable, they have access to music at any point. And then finally, you may have seen Brian downstairs during the cocktail hour. What we're doing is teaming up and collaborating with Brian to make accessible instruments. So for those musicians that might have spasticity, for those musicians that might be nonverbal, they'll be able to express themselves through music and get their inner feelings and inner talent and interest out to everyone. So we're really proud of that. It's been a great year at Daniels Music Foundation since we last met. We've given over 1,000 free classes in person at the center in this last year. We've doubled the online music programs since last year. We signed 13 artists. A couple of them are going to be performing tonight, including this guy, to our record label. We moved the Danny Awards, sponsored by our good friend Renee Plessner, from Symphony Space 2
to the much bigger town hall.
And had our very first music festival, Hello Inclusion, partnering with Bethel Woods Center for the Arts and sponsored by Deloitte, where we had over 1,100 people. This year we're going to double that. So where are we going? Okay, we can only go as far as you allow us. Okay? We have a very simple formula. Money comes in, we have more classes on that side. So tonight's a really big night. You heard Carla say that today is our biggest fundraising day of the year. And that is true. And we're so grateful for all of you being here. So where are we going in the future? We're going to continue giving 1,000 plus free classes in person. We're going to expand the online music programs. We think this is our greatest area of expansion. Why? Because people that might be in the rural areas, people that are isolated, people that are being bullied, people that have social anxiety will be able to take classes in the comfort of their home. So that's our area of greatest expansion. We're also going to continue expanding on the Danny Awards and Town Hall. And you know what? In the end, we want music in everyone's life. Now, Danny, any final words?
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ooh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much.
And now, we'd like to introduce a very dear friend, a new director at Daniels Music Foundation. He started in November. He's already making an impact. He's also the chair of our Corporate Relationships Committee. He's also the Chief Marketing Officer for Deloitte, a person I've known for 30 years at his very, very first job coming out of school. I'd like to welcome Scott Major.
Scott Major. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, look, these guys are smart. They make their letters really big. Mine are small. Well, first, let me start by wishing everybody a happy Mother's Day this weekend. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. What an amazing night so far. I'm really pumped to be here again. Last year was my first year on the board, and Jen and I came to this event last year with 3 or 4 of our friends. We had an amazing time. It's so infectious to be here. This year we came with almost 40 and a new board member, which I'm really excited about. Bill Williams, one of my oldest friends, is going to be helping us get the word out and expand access for Daniels music. Last year, Deloitte was introduced to Danny and Ken and the Trush family, and we sponsored Hello Inclusion. It was such an amazing festival. It was so aligned with our purpose as an organization. I'm happy to say we're here to sponsor it again this year. In addition, we're also going to sponsor the Danny Awards, and we're also bringing 25 of our employees to Danny's Music early June to spend a full day just doing everything from cleaning the center to working on their digital strategy and trying to figure out where we can help. Thanks. The impact on our organization has just been awesome. And then we also have Erin Scanlon and Heather McBride-Leaf here from the Deloitte Foundation, who also issued a grant for Danny's Music this year so that Danny's Music can continue to provide even more free classes. So that's amazing. Lastly, and then I'll get off, I'm also really excited. Ken, Daniel, Carla, Nancy are going to be coming down to our facility in Westlake, Texas called Deloitte University, and they're going to be the keynote speaker at Deloitte's upcoming Culture and Engagement Client Forum in Westlake, Texas, in front of another 100 Fortune 500 companies. So I'm really excited to, again, help them get the word out to a lot of other corporations, which will hopefully also opt to get involved. So look, with every free class given, for every moment of community created, for every bit of music industry advice given, and for every smile generated, thank you to the Trush family. It's just amazing. You're all amazing, and the impact that you make on the community is just huge. So thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Let's hear it one more time for Scott Major. Okay, we were introduced to our next performer back in 2020 at the first Danny Awards. At that time, she was a 9-year-old opera singer. Since then, she has won a second Danny Award and has signed to our record label. Her powerful voice and uplifting story has made her a rising star. Losing her sight at just 9 months due to medical complications battling cancer, she has turned her journey of resilience into an anthem of strength and empowerment through music. Now, some of you, many of you, may have seen her perform before, but not like this. As an artist, she continues to evolve. Tonight, she is performing her new single, Power, that she co-wrote with 6-time Grammy Award-winning producer, who is here, Jamel J. Keys Richardson. This song speaks to anyone who has faced challenges, offers a message of self-empowerment and hope. It is already available on all the major streaming platforms, so go get it. And her new video will be released on Tuesday. Please welcome Iolanta.
Like fading pictures, could let them let us fade away. Oh, we have our memories helping us along the way. Climbing to my power, they can't bring me down now. I'm no longer afraid. Climbing to my power, they can't bring me down now. Something's coming over me. Over me, oh, over me, yeah. Oh, over me. How y'all feel this evening? Let's have some fun. I know that it's okay, we are different people now. Feeling so close, but still so far somehow. Can't ignore the sun, driving with the speed of time. Zooming through my mind until I find who I am inside. Like fading pictures, could let them let us fade away. Oh, we have our memories helping us along the way. Climbing to my power, they can't bring me down now. I'm no longer afraid. Climbing to my power, they can't bring me down now. Something's coming over me. Over me. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage a friend of DMF, Harry Santa-Olalla.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for that lukewarm, tepid welcome to the stage, you miserable bunch on a Friday evening, nonetheless. If not for me, give a massive round of applause for Iolanta, who's just absolutely crushed it. I also just realized, can you put that holding slide back on? I just realized I'm actually wearing the exact same outfit that was on my holding slide, which is a little bit embarrassing if I'm I do have more than one jacket. I promise you. I would have more, but like all of you, I've decided to invest heavily in Daniel's Music Foundation as opposed to jackets. Who needs frivolous jackets? That's what tonight is about, okay? I do have a different pocket square, though, to be fair. So what we've got on the docket, we've got 4 items, 4 live auction items. Then we're gonna have a quick video to just remind us why we're all here this evening, why we're going to give, and we're going to give heavily in the appeal, okay? Ken has made it very clear that we have to raise at least $5.5 million tonight. Otherwise, no one gets to go home, and we don't get to listen to the rest of this incredible music ensemble. So that's all we have to do. We'll do it one step at a time. We have a luxury trip to Mexico. We have a once-in-a-lifetime stay for 2 in a beautiful 1920s waterfront carriage house in Maine. Then we are heading very fancy. We are heading to Bordeaux in the south of France. I think it's in the south of France. Shouldn't have said that. None of you would have known. Come on. Exclusive New York City boat cruise donated by one of DMF's amazing supporters as well. So those are the 4 docket items. Have a think about what you want. There are no rules. So you can bid on all of them. If you want to just close it out, it's up to you. But we're going to start with our luxury trip to Mexico. Before we do, I need to double check everyone's in a position to give, okay? So very simple housekeeping. Some of you will have folded up your paddles and put them in your pocket. Some of you, I'm sure, will have accidentally dropped the paddles under the table, which is fine. It happens. I will call it out when I see it, okay? But if everyone could just grab their paddle, double check it's got your initials or your name on it so you're not spending someone else's money, which sounds fantastic until you realize that actually they're going to be spending your money in the appeal. And then on the left-hand side, can you just wave your paddles at me just so I know you're in a position to give? At the moment, I'm looking at 4 paddles. We can definitely do better. The central sort of section here, paddles up, much better. This table's lagging slightly, but there we go. Right-hand side, let's go. Paddles up. Okay. Emily, I'm going to need a tiny bit more light. I'm not blessed in the height department, but I've got pretty good eyes, but I need a slightly... There we go. Perfect. Look at you. All right, we ready to go? We're heading to Mexico. The big screen's going to help us, and my goodness, do we have some spectacular imagery as well. So this exact item, just to clarify, this exact item sold for $28,000 at Cipriani Wall Street on Tuesday. That is this week, okay? So just to clarify, that is where it sold at Cipriani Wall Street, okay? Let's see what we can do at Guastavino's. The key to this is it is a palace. It's 6,500 square feet. You have multiple villas to choose from. You can either go to the Riviera Maya on the East Coast, or on the West Coast, you can go to the Vedanta at the Puerto Vallarta. Again, it is fun for all the families, 6,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. I'm not sure what a half bathroom is, if I'm completely honest, but there's half a bathroom on top of the 4 for everyone involved. You have a king bed in the 2 main master bedrooms, and then the 2 other bedrooms have 2 queen beds. So it's kind of perfect for 2 families. There are all the amenities, I mean everything. There are impossibly beautiful people dancing and falling in love all over again in Mexico. You have you've got all of the adventure gaming. There's, you've got water slides, water parks, theme parks. There are golf courses, one of which I actually dug a photo out that I played, which is the championship course, the Greg Norman championship course. That's me, about to shank it into the lake. So I can guarantee you these are absolutely, genuinely first-in-class properties. You have 18 months to take the trip, so there is absolutely no time, constraints. Don't worry, you've got plenty of time to do it. Plus, there are no blackout dates, okay? This is your chance to bid. Oh, and there's a spa, obviously, at both resorts, just to sort of keep your sanity. And then there's gyms. Of course, no one's going to use those. But there are about 1 million swimming pools. Obviously, access to the beaches. There's a night golf course. There's pickleball for all the pickle nerds out there, which I have to say, because I'm a tennis player, for the real athletes, there are tennis courts. We're going to start the bidding at just $8,000, and we're going to go up in $1,000 increments. And just so you know, we're not here for bargains, okay? We have lofty goals, and I'm opening the bids myself at $8,000. Who's with me at $9,000? Let's go. Again, you're bidding on behalf of 12 people here. We've got 9 over there in the very far corner. Thank you very much, sir. We're looking for $10,000. Who's in for $10,000? Again, this exact item sold for 28 grand earlier this week, and the value has gone up in those 3 days. Trust me. Who's with me at $10,000? Okay, I'm back in, and I'm the auctioneer, which is embarrassing for the audience. I'm in for 10. We're at 12. We're at 11,000 at the back of the room. Sir, it's just you versus me at this stage. Come in at 11. Just go for it. Trust me, you're not going to... And by the way, just to clarify, you can Google these properties. It's not one of those sort of donated sort of board members' property. You can go online. These properties are $12,000 to $14,000 per night online, okay? We are currently at $11,000, which covers one night. Who's in at 11,000? 11 bid. Well played. We're looking for $12,000. If you're not bidding, please get behind them at $12,000, which covers one night. Who's with me at $12,000? Otherwise, this gentleman's going to walk away with the deal of the century. We're looking for $12,000. Otherwise, we're selling once at 11, selling twice at 11. And ladies and gentlemen, we are curious. What exactly is holding you back from bidding on this item? These are ridiculously nice properties. You have 18 months to take the trip. We're looking for $12,000. Otherwise, we're selling once at 11, selling twice at 11, and well played. Here we go, 209. Here's the thing. I've seen the properties in person. You can take my number after this and call me if you're not happy. I'm telling you, it's nicer than anywhere I've ever seen, and I've stayed at the Armeniara completely by accident, but that's a long story. Are we in for 13,000? Give me one bid at 13,000. They've only bid once, which means they're good for another. Give me one more at... Give me 13,000. Ladies and gentlemen, he's gone a little bit shy at the back here. Can we get behind him at 13,000? Just go for it. One last bid and I won't come back to you. Are we in for 13? It's just another grand. 12.5? 12.5? Are we in for 12? 12? No, you're not allowed to be 12 on the nose. 12's over there. They're winning at $12,000. We have a new bidder. Are we in for 12.5? Yes or no? Yes, they're in for 12. Selling once at 12. Selling, well played, sir. 12.5. We're now at $13,000. And again, we're here at a fundraiser, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for 13,000. 13 bid. We're now at 14. A new bidder on the left. Are we in for 14? Just go for it. 14,173. Sir, are you back in or are you out? Have I outstayed my welcome at the back of the room? We're selling once at 14, selling twice at 14. And ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunately able to do this twice. So if you do match it, we can sell it twice and make $28,000, and you can both take the trip. Are we in at $14,000? 209 and paddle number. And paddle, no, that's a napkin. Oh, this one, 173. Thank you very much. That's 28,000, 14 each. Now we're heading on a once-in-a-lifetime stay for two in a private, renovated 1920s waterfront carriage house in Kittery. Oh, wait, they're doing, different. We're now going to Bordeaux, which is very similar to Maine, just lots more French people, okay? Tons more French people. Okay, so this is Bordeaux. Let's get up some of the imagery because I think this is going to help sell it. The chateau in Bordeaux is spectacular. Think of the White House, but slightly grayer and bigger, okay? That's it. It is absolutely spectacular. The numbers really matter here. It's for 10 guests, okay? So you're bidding on behalf of 4 other couples, okay? So $5,000 a couple, that's $25,000, okay? I'm just planting that number in your head. So it's for 10 guests. You have 2 years to book this trip. There are no blackout dates, 2 years. We're, of course, we're going to be throwing in a wine tasting experience because you're in Bordeaux, one of the best places on planet Earth to drink wine. There's a spectacular swimming pool if you're going to take your children and just sort of ruin the whole experience. To be honest, Bordeaux is... Anyway, so here's the wine tasting. You're going to have wine tasting, of course. It's going to be curated by sommeliers who really know their vineyards. You're going to have a chef experience in the chateau itself, okay? And they're going to have absolutely perfect hands. Let's go back to that. That is a fantastic hand model right there. Okay, so it's a chef dinner in the chateau, which, by the way, is going to be celebrating that 50th birthday or maybe a 20th wedding anniversary. I don't know. Maybe someone's in the doghouse right now. I'm not sure. This is a spectacular apology, okay? We have 2 years to take the trip. You're going to have a private bike tour of Bordeaux itself. That is a beautiful image of Bordeaux. The next one's not quite as nice. It's just the rooftops. But Bordeaux is spectacular. You've got 2 years to take it. You're bidding on behalf of 10 guests. Let's start the bidding at $1,000 per guest, at $10,000. We're in for 10 right here. And that was a very quick paddle up. Okay, so you're good for 20. We're looking for $11,000. Sir, we're in for 11. Welcome back to the auction. You're a good underbidder. That's what you are. We're at $12,000. We're looking for $12,000. I'm in for 12. We're looking for 13. 13 bid. We're at 14. It's for 10 guests. This is a no-brainer. 14 bid. 15,000. 16,000. 17,000. Get behind them. Good grief! If you're not bidding, I want this to go way over 20. We're at 17,000 for 10 guests, 2 years in Bordeaux. Did I show you the chateau? We're at 7. You in? 17 bid, 18 at the back. Not again, sir. He's snatching another defeat from the jaws of victory. No, he's back in action. 18,000 from 117. Sir, give me 20, and I think we'll get close to where I want to be. What's going on there? Have we stolen a paddle? 20 bid! Right here! Wait a second, you're bidding with the wrong paddle. Is that around? Is it definitely yours? Okay, fair enough. We've got paddle interference happening here on the front row. We're at $20,000, which is the magical number. That's the magical number I needed to get to in order to double the item. Now is your chance at $20,000, $2,000 per person for a beautiful 6 nights in France, a curated dinner. Just go for it. Are we in for $20,000? Split the, it's only $4,000 a couple. Are we in? Ladies and gentlemen, get behind him at $20,000. There he is! 117. That's the can-do attitude, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Bordeaux is more popular than Mexico in this room. How about Maine? That's what I want to know. So that's 2, 115, and the gentleman at the back at 20. So that's $40,000. Lovely stuff. Here we go. Now we are heading on an exclusive waterfront experience. This is kindly donated by a friend of Daniel's Music Foundation. This, by the way, has corporate credit card written all over it, okay? It's very hard to write off a trip to Bordeaux. But this is definitely the opportunity to take the sales team or the marketing team on maybe a joint venture to, you know, a little pep talk for the team. You don't have to worry about any experience on the boat. We have a captain and a first mate who are going to take care of absolutely everything. Good grief, we're in Maine again. Sorry. The order is all over the place on my notes. This is for 2 guests. It's a 1920s renovated property. Maine has been the bane of this auction. It's for 2 guests, 1920s. You have a whole bunch of local gift certificates, which includes Chauncey Creek, Lily's Pastry, which is apparently iconic in that part of the world, the Black Birch, Cliff House. It includes 2 tickets to Portsmouth Repertory Theatre. You have 1-day stripper fishing trip with a captain included. Again, you don't have to have anything, any experience whatsoever for the fishing trip. You just have to dangle the line over the board and see what you catch. That's the boat right there. So you got the stripper fishing trip with captain, which now I'm saying it out loud. Is that striper? Sometimes, so I'm very dyslexic, and sometimes it will really trip you up. That is a very different experience sold at a very, very different event, okay? I forget where I am at. So it's a striper fishing trip. But look at you all perked up, didn't you? Anyway, this is for 2 guests. It's a beautiful little trip to Maine, a lot closer to home, once in a lifetime. We're going to start the bidding at just $500 because I want to see a lot more paddles in the air. This is your chance at $500. These are all of the gift certificates as well that we're going to be throwing in. Cliff House is absolutely iconic, by the way. We are in for $500. So I'm going to start with the left-hand side. We're at $500. We're now looking for $1,000, 1,000 bid. Let's go through the slides again just to keep things nice and lively up on the big screen. We're at $1,500 in the middle of the room. We're looking for $1,500 right here. 15 bid. We're at 2,000. Just go for it, sir. One more bid and that's it. You're not going to win at 2,000. Give me 2,000. I'll get 25 from him. Trust me. I know $2,500 when I see it. Give me 2,000. Go on. Just do it. There it is. $2,000. I'm in for 2,000. Now we're at 2,500. Told you. You missed out on that free high. We're now at $3,000. Are you in for 3? We're looking for $3,000. Can we go to the start of the slides, please? We're looking for $3,000 for this trip to Maine. You have basically a whole year to take it. We're looking for $3,000. Otherwise, we're selling once at $2,500 to this gentleman who's wearing a jacket that screams, I can spend $5,000 on this trip. We're looking for $3,000, otherwise we're selling once at $25,000. 3 bid right there. This is a week in Maine. A week in Maine, exactly, yeah. We're at $3,000, $3,500. Are we in for 35? We back in, sir? Don't and ah about it. We're not here for bargains. Let's just do it. At he's only bid once, 35 bid. We're now at $4,000. 4 bid. I told you, he's keen as mustard. 80% chance you're not going to win at 4,500. I can't guarantee it, though. We're at 4,500. Otherwise, we're selling once at 4, selling twice at 4. I'm not going to double it, I promise you. Selling twice at 4. And ladies and gentlemen, we are sold at $4,000. Okay, excellent stuff. We're on the final item. Here we go. I think the slides have frozen. We now have the corporate company card. There we go. This is the Sunset Boat Cruise for 15 people. So if you have a small business or you're ahead of a team, maybe some sort of sales incentive or marketing ploy, I don't know what it is you're going to do, but you have 14 guests plus a captain plus a first mate who are going to be cooking you food. There's going to be drinks involved. Is that you guys? That's them. Okay, here we go. So this is a very happy-looking team with a dog. Is that a Portuguese water dog? I think it is. My sister has one of those. That's the perfect place to have a Portuguese water dog on a boat. Right, so the dog is not included. However, the boat tour is, so's the food, so is the drinks. You have no boating experience required. Let's start the bidding at $1,000, okay? $1,000, and we're going to go up in $500. So we're going to start at $1,000 in the middle of the room. Who's with me at $1,000? We're going to go up in $500 increments. It's for 15 guests, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thank you. 1,000. We're at 1,500 bid. We're looking for $2,000. 2 bid, 2,500. This is your chance to see New York in a whole different way on the water. We're looking at $2,500. Do we have $2,500? Otherwise, we're selling once at 2, selling twice at 2. 25 bid. Wait, is that a bid? It's certainly, the right-hand side is alive and well at $2,500. We're now at 3,000, 3 bid. We're at 4,000. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say, this damn speaker's in the way. $4,000, 4 bid. We're now at 5,000. Oh, just go for it. You're on the fence. Why not? You live once. 5,000, 6,000, 6,000, 7,000. Go on, let's get this to 10. 7 bid. Do we have anyone at $8,000 on the left-hand side? Otherwise, we're at 7 here on the left. Looking for 8, sir. Let's just do it. Let's live the dream. It's for 15 people. Easy peasy. Are we at $8,000? Ladies and gentlemen, again, please get behind the bidders. This is the last item that we have. I'm not forcing you. That's the spirit. $8,000. Should we call it 10 and just knock this on the head? Are you sure? What about 9,000? It's just another grand. What's that between a table of friends? We're looking for 9. How about this? This is the final item, and I am allowed to double this one. If you come in at $8,000, we'll raise 16 between you, and you can both take the boat trip around New York with 14 friends, including food and some drinks as well, which, by the way, that's basically dinner in New York. There it is, 8,000 to 225 and to paddle number 279. Excellent stuff. My notes and the slides were the wrong way around, but we got there in the end, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's just, before we dive into the appeal, which is basically the 6 minutes that will make or break the whole evening financially, before we do the appeal, I would really, really encourage you to pay close attention to the big screens to remind us why we're all here. So Emily, please play the video.
Our ethos. Music has the power to connect us all. Since 2006, we have been using music to promote self-expression, build confidence, connection, and community for people with disabilities. Our approach? To meet our members where they are most comfortable. In person, live online, and on demand. Our impact. 15,500 plus free in-person music classes. 1,400 plus free online music programs. 39,000 plus free online event participants. 400,000 plus views of our free on-demand videos.
Everybody, what word did you hear the most? What does music make all of us feel?
Happy!
Happy!
Music with impact. With access to the arts diminishing for our community, tonight we are raising funds to support more free in-person and online music programs. Together, we can change more lives through music. Thank you for your support. Daniels Music Foundation, changing lives through music since 2006.
Is everyone's right, and this appeal now is going to be supporting the many thousands of people who tune in online and many, many, many others who get to experience music in person. We're supporting the online and in-person Daniels Music Foundation's programs. This moment is absolutely vital we get right. Now, we had 6 people who managed to win, and against all odds, right at the back, we got a win, right at the back there. But this moment is where everyone can get involved, okay? Because I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna start high, but I'm gonna work all my way down, right down to $100. And I want everyone to give. And if we do that, we will hit our financial goals. But we're gonna start high and work down. We're gonna start at $10,000, a straight donation to Daniels Music Foundation. However, if I'm starting too low and you would like to donate more, please let me know. But I'm going to start at $10,000. Do we have anyone in the room who can open it up at $10,000 to just get this appeal off? We have one right here. Excellent. One donation from table 6 at $10,000. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. If I just casually donated $10,000 on a Friday night and I got that miserable round of applause, I would be livid. It's $10,000. Come on. Right. Thank you. That actually looks quite fun. He's having the best time here. He just dropped 10 grand. Is anyone else in a position to make a straight $10,000 tax-deductible donation at 10? Wait, do we have one more? What was the paddle number? Sorry, what was the paddle number here? Just, you don't have to give again. 393, there we go. Anyone else at $10,000? I'm just gonna linger on this level just in case, because this is huge amounts. It makes a massive impact. And I promise it, right here, 225. Legend. Going on a boat trip around New York City and straight to heaven as well. When the time is right, not now, like that. Not imminently, that got weird. So we're at $20,000 and only 2 people have given. We have 300 of you here tonight. We're gonna raise millions at this rate. Do we have anyone else? We've had one on the right, one in the middle. Do we have anyone on the left-hand side? And just break it down, I always do. Just one tiny dollar a day. That's all we're asking for, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. For the next 10,000 days. And that has covered a huge amount of programming. Anyone else? Okay, we're gonna half it. I'm gonna save you $5,000. We're at $5,000 now, which is about 6 cartons of eggs in this current economy. So who's with me at $5,000? Let's go, paddles up. We have one right here. He's paddleless. We don't have a number. Oh, yeah, we do. 174 at $5,000. We have another here, 276 at $5,000. Think about the performances you've seen tonight. Who's going to bring the music? Can we get one more at $5,000? Just go for it. I promise you. There are people out there right now thinking, I'll give $2,500. Don't. Give $5,000. No, I really mean it. If you're in this beautiful ballroom in Midtown New York City, indulging in the food and the wine and the music, like, we can do this. Who's with me at $5,000? You can either support programs for Daniel's Music Foundation, or with $5,000, you can maybe get a round of cocktails around the corner in New York. Who's with me at $5,000? Otherwise, we're going to drop it down, and we're going to get to a level where everyone can give. We're now at $2,500, and I want to see a bunch of you. Let's go. No excuses. Paddles up. 1, 2, 1. Thank you very much, sir. In the very nice jacket. 409 at $2,500. 449 at $2,500. Who else is in at $2,500? Do we have anyone on the left-hand side? I'm yet. Right at the back, 401 at $2,500. This is good. Who else is with me at $2,500? Can we get a few more at right here, 390 at $2,500? Thank you very much. Who else is with me at $2,500? I'm desperate to get one on the left-hand side. Do we have anyone else? Right here, 435. They said it couldn't be done. They said, Harry, no way will you get any money. At $2,500, we have it on the left-hand side. Right. We're now dropping it down to $1,000. And this is the level where I want to see absolutely everyone at least reach for their paddle, okay? Let's go. At $1,000, right in the corner, I see you. 385 at $1,000. Paddles up. Let's go. 427 at 1,000. 211 at 1,000. 296 at 1,000. 280 at 1,000. 439 at 1,000. 396 at 1,000. 368 at 1,000. Now we got momentum. If you're not giving, I want to hear you. Who else is with me? Right here. 433 at 1,000. 302 at $1,000. 297 at 1,000. 421 at 1,000. If you're not giving, how dare you not clap these people? 405 at $1,000. 363 at $1,000. 434 at $1,000. We're going to do it twice. 434 is in twice. They want to give $2,000. By the way, just to clarify, the people who are giving are having the best time. I really mean that. You can't see it. All you're doing is looking at me, sort of getting progressively more and more sweaty. I'm looking out at you, and trust me, the people who are smiling, the people who are beaming and presenting those perfect, straight, white American teeth you all seem to have, he says with just a hint of jealousy, those people are the people giving. This is, and it's basically proven. It's the best feeling in the world, is giving back, doing something for someone else. So it's really not a beg. This is an opportunity to indulge in that feeling. At $500, this is it, the penultimate level. I want to see as many paddles in the air as possible. $500, paddles up, perfect. 127, 379, 294, 124, 170, 361, 304, 423. This is awesome! 119, 283, 410, 450, 289. Oh, this whole area, you legends. Right here, 208, 356. Why have you stopped clapping? 116, 218, 432, 430, 431. Good grief. This is good. By the way, I also want to give a shout out. 132, thank you very much. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to the people who have purchased tables tonight. Any of the sponsors, if you're a guest tonight, can you just give a round of applause to your table hosts? That's awesome. Awesome. Right. If you're clapping now, you're on a free ride, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reality, and that's 90% of guests at galas. Do we have anyone else at $500? Just cover your ticket. Otherwise, we're dropping it down to $250, okay? This is the final level. $250, let's go. Paddles up. I want to see them all. 279 at 250. 441 at 250. 447. 404. 282. 402. The left-hand side is alive and well. 413, 411, 399. Who else is with me at $250? We have one last offering, 414. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to do one last thing. One last thing. Can you bring up that Mexico slide? The Mexico for two, okay? I'm going to do a reverse auction because I want everyone to put their paddle in the air. We have the opportunity to go to the same Vedanta properties, okay? But it's for two guests, 5 nights. It's just a basic trip for 5 nights for 2 guests. What I'm going to do is a reverse auction. I want to start at $1, but I want everyone to have their paddle in the air. When I say a number, you're no longer comfortable taking the trip. I want you to put the paddle down. Let's see who wins, okay? Everyone, paddles in the air, we're at $1, okay? $1, everyone's paddle in the air, everyone. Okay, excellent. We're now at $5, okay? $5. We're at $500 for 5 nights, okay? That is very disappointing, sir. Come on. All right, we're at $1,000. $1,000, 5 nights for 2 guests and a living room with a pull-out bed. We're at $1,500. Paddles up. We've still got 20, 30 people. We're at $2,000. Keep your paddles up. Okay, we're now at $2,500. Keep your paddles up. If your paddle is up, stand up at $2,500. So if you are willing to take this trip through Vedanta with the spas and the pools and the tennis at $2,500, as long as I get 5 of you, you can all take the trip. So everyone wins at $2,500, but I need at least 5. So we have 443. Are you in or out? Are you in? 443. We've got 1. 442 at $2,500. 446 at $2,500. 217 at $2,500. 121 at $2,500. 389 at $2,500. 276 at $2,500. And I think that's it, unless anyone else wants the trip to Mexico at $2,500. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We did it. However, oh, we've got one more? I couldn't see. Where was it? Oh, sorry, 178 for Mexico and 443, he's already in. You can't go twice. There are rules. Okay, one last point. Shh. One last point. Before I go and we strike up the music again, which is why we're all here. Not everyone gave, which is fine. However, the paddles, these paddles are now, they're kind of worthless. They're pointless now, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to turn them into $100 bills, okay? If you're happy to just donate $100 and all the volunteers and staff are going to help me out. If you have a clipboard in your hand right now, come into the middle of the room. Everyone who's willing to just give $100, hold your paddle up. Even if you've already given, we're going to collect as many of them as possible, and all of them are $100 donations to Daniel's Music Foundation. There really is no reason why we can't all donate $100, because realistically, ladies and gentlemen, that's not even a parking ticket in New York City. So please say thank you to the staff as they walk around with the baskets. I'm going to collect as many as I possibly can, because, oh, I'm so sorry, because I know how important every single dollar is. If you're willing to give $100, please hand your paddles in to the staff. We're looking for a record-breaking night. I've been Harry Santa-Olalla. You have been fantastic. Enjoy the rest of the night. And thank you to everyone who got involved in the auction and the appeal. Enjoy dessert. It's on the way as well. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Harry. But most of all, let's give it up for all of you. That was so much fun. I wish you could have seen what we saw. It was really great. But thank you so much, because together we are changing more lives through music. So let's hear it. Thank you. Truly incredible. You guys are amazing. Okay, we ready for some more music? Let's do it. Our next performer comes to us all the way from Hungary. A trumpeter, composer, and Just Call Me By My Name label artist. He has been a driving force in Budapest's improvised music scene for nearly 2 decades. Blending jazz, electronic, and neoclassical styles, his minimalist solo works evoke artists like Niels Fram and Olafur Arnalds. A prolific performer, he has released 12 albums since 2007 and tours regularly across Europe and the United States, performing at major festivals and collaborating with a broad range of artists. Performing his original song, Moulin, please welcome Lőrinc Barabás. Thank you, Barabás. So beautiful. Please join me in welcoming the Trush family to the podium, Ken, Nancy, Daniel, and Michael.
We are proud to introduce this year's Instrument of Change honoree, Richard Gottehrer.
Yeah!
Who has been a creative force in the music industry for over 60 years. He's a songwriter, producer, and record label executive. He co-wrote and produced hits such as My Boyfriend's Back and Hang On Sloopy.
I want candy. I want candy.
Daniel, not now. We're in the middle of a presentation, okay?
I want candy. I want candy.
Listen, D, we have boxes of chocolate downstairs. We're going to give it out after the program, okay? Hold back, I'll get you one or two, okay?
Oh, okay, but that's another one of Richard's songs.
Apologies, everyone. I thought Daniel was going to look rogue right now.
Me? Never.
Now back to Richard. He is also the co-founder and Chief Creative Officer of the global distribution and service company, The Orchard. And he strongly encouraged us to start our own record label, Just Call Me By My Name, which means you don't want to be called a brain.
Which means I don't want to be called the brain injury survivor or stroke victim. I would much rather you guys just call me Daniel, Dan, Danny, or Dan the Man from Manhattan. Just don't call me late for dinner, or any meal for that matter, because I'm usually hungry.
And now, Dan the Man from Manhattan and our family are proud to introduce to all of you the incredibly creative and talented
Richard Gottehrer.
Daniel.
Yep, I want to give you a hug too. You're so welcome.
Hello. So I really do appreciate being considered for this, but if I was giving I would take whatever I got and I would give it right back to them. I mean, what Daniel and Danny stand for is really special, and it's really meaningful to me because, as you can imagine, I've been doing this for a very long time, and music itself is important to me. Not the hits, not the amount of money you make from it, but how music touches people and really means something. And when I first heard the story of what happened to Danny and how Ken sat with him and played music and how it brought him back, I really, really understood the power of music and what it really means to people, what it could mean to the world, to the craziness that goes on. Music cuts right across it and makes us all one. And I'm really appreciate the consideration for this, but I really appreciate them more than anything. And as an instrument of change, I'll add even more change to the fact that we set up the label for them. And next year, I'm personally going to get involved and find, produce, and develop artists specifically for Call Me By My Name. And thank you. And yeah, call me by my name, and call them by their name, and call everybody their name. And just remember, music is powerful, music is meaningful, and it cuts through all the barriers and will make this place and this world a much better place. Thank you.
Thank you for leveraging your lifetime of experience on our behalf as both a Danny Awards judge and one of the catalysts behind our record label, Just Call Me By My Name. Your time and talent have helped shape a platform that showcases the artistry of musicians with disabilities to the world. Thank you so much.
Well, yeah. I feel like I just won the New York Open. And also, I'm going to share this with the Knicks. Yeah!
Thank you so much to everyone for participating this evening, and many thanks to Harry for doing such a wonderful job in raising funds to allow us to continue to grow and serve more deserving individuals this year. It's hard to believe, but we're nearing the end of the formal presentation part of the evening. Many thanks to all of our amazing sponsors, benefactors, and to all of you for your thoughtfulness and generosity. You have allowed us to continue to fulfill our mission of serving some of the most amazing individuals and musicians in the whole wide world. We could not be more impressed with their ability to radiate such joy as they express themselves and to continually show us what is important in life. We are truly grateful from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Additionally, we would like to thank our amazing benefit committee, all 28 of you, for your hard work in making this our most well-attended benefit since we started. We would also like to thank our board of directors and advisory council, as well as everyone that donated the wonderful items for our raffle and live auction this evening. And of course, we would like to express our gratitude to Carla Sullivan for her tireless efforts in bringing this wonderful evening together while making us all laugh and smile. We would also like to thank the other extraordinary members of the management team, Nadine McNeil, Gerry Powers, and Juliana Beekmans, as well as our amazing instructors and staff that are here this evening. We have Jonah, Martika, Stephanie, Vance, Brian, David, and Jamie for all of your hard work. Without all of you, plus our wonderful volunteers, this evening could not have taken place. So thank you. And let's not forget the amazing staff at Guastavino's, Gala Productions, and Givergy for helping produce another special event. On behalf of my family and Daniel's Music and the growing number of musicians that we serve, we would like to thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts for participating tonight, whether in person or online, and for being so special to all of us. And now, to end the performance portion of the evening, please welcome Gerry Powers and my son Daniel, who will perform one of their original songs, A Better Place. I am proud to introduce to you Daniel and Gerry. Thank you.
Good job, Mom. You're welcome.
Had some good jokes tonight, man. That was amazing.
Thank you.
All right, friends, let's get right to it. This is a song called Better Place.
Yeah, we hope you like it.
I'm gonna take a moment before I speak and try to choose all my words carefully. I really want to set a good example and make an impact that's substantial. I understand that I'm here to serve. The good of others is my concern. Anytime that we're trying to help, we'll be the best version of ourselves. When our days begin with gratitude, we will always have a humble attitude. With a smile on our face and a heart full of grace, we can make the world a better place. Looking at life with hope and patience helps us manage our expectations. And in this light we find clarity to better do the works of charity. Seeing the goodness in someone's soul is something beautiful to behold. If we take the time to look beneath the surface, we'll find the meaning and the purpose. When our days begin with gratitude, we will always have a humble attitude. With a smile on our face and a heart full of grace, we can change the world a better place. Present is a gift and a gift is a present. So move past the memories that are unpleasant. Then we can make the most of every minute. And when it gets tough, we'll bear and grin it. When I'm ready to turn in for the night, I think back on the day and the things that went right. I close my eyes and my mind is at ease. My spirit is calm and my heart is at peace. When our days begin with gratitude, we will always have a humble attitude. With a smile on our face and a heart full of grace, we can change the world a better place. A better place. A better. Barabás!
Yeah!
A better place. A better place. We can change the world a better place. We can change the world a better place. We can make the world a better place. When our days begin with gratitude, we will always have a humble attitude. With a smile on our face and a heart full of grace, we can change the world a better place.
Thank you all so much. You've been a wonderful audience.
Yes, we can make it a better place.
Hey, this is Mr. President Daniel Trush and our friend Lőrinc Barabás.
And how could we forget our artistic director, Gerry Powers?
Yes. I love it. They now have guest performers in their performances. Amazing. Okay. So I would be remiss with this captive audience if I don't just take one more minute to remind you, so you could put it in your calendars, about our signature events, okay? The Hello Inclusion and the Danny Awards, which you've heard us talk about. They're a beautiful blend of our mission. Each are unique in their own right, yet the same in that they provide access to music for all, both for the audience, because they're free, and for the performers, for the opportunity to share their music. We're going to watch a short video. Let's take a look and take out your calendars.
DMF Signature Events. Mark your calendars and save the dates. Hello Inclusion, a festival of possibilities. Friday, July 25th, 2025. A free, one-day, all-encompassing music festival that celebrates Disability Pride Month. Hosted on July 25th at Bethel Woods Center for the Arts, the historic site of Woodstock, 1969. Attendees of all ages and abilities can express their joy, mutual respect, and understanding through the universal language of music. Activities include drum circles, dance parties, accessible instrument demonstrations, and performances by our record label artists throughout the day. Tickets to Cyndi Lauper's farewell tour will also be available for purchase. The 6th Annual Danny Awards. Lead sponsor, Renee Plessner. Saturday, October 25th, 2025. An annual award show that showcases talented musicians with disabilities from around the globe and recognizes their incredible contributions to the world of music. Hosted on October 25th at the historic Town Hall in New York City, the top 10 award winners will perform in front of a live audience of 1,500 people and will be streamed online. The show will also feature performances by some of our record label artists. The Danny Awards and Hello Inclusion. As part of our commitment to providing access to music for all, both events are free, thanks to the generous support of our donors. We hope you can join us.
That officially is the end of the program. So please put those dates on your calendar. I hope you had as much fun as we did. The party is not over. I'll be pulling raffles in about 15 minutes. Please drink, talk to each other, and thank you for celebrating with us here in person and at home online. Thank you.